tough opening hole, par 4, nearly 400 yards, which usually plays into a prevailing wind. There is out of bounds on the left and trees right to punish any wayward tee shot. The green is well protected by a couple of large bunkers. Believe me, a par here is a good start to your round. The second is 164 yards. It's the first of 5 par 3s with an out of bounds on the left hand side, in which club selection is crucial. A large humpback green provides for an interesting experience on the putting surface. The green is also well protected by 3 bunkers to the left, right and short, and pin placements are crucial here. Try and keep that ball right in the middle of the green if I were you. The third hole is a short par 4, offers a choice of options. The longer hitter may take on the gorse and bunkers and go for the green, whilst maybe a more sensible option for the majority would be to take a long iron or fairway wood and leave a straightforward approach to the green. Most of the time you'll only be playing in a little wedge shot for your second, but pin placements here, difficult, but because it's only a wedge you can go straight at it. The fourth hole is another short par 4, again with a green well guarded by 2 large bunkers. Trees left and right funnel in towards the green. A good birdie opportunity, but be sure to check the pin position as the approach can be tricky. This green is actually also very difficult to read. Take your time, walk round behind the hole because it can be a bit of an optical illusion, this one, for putting. The fifth is an excellent driving hole at over 400 yards and a challenging one. The longer hitters may carry the fairway bunker, but still be punished by a large group of conifers to the right and more gorse and trees to the left. The approach is uphill to a very narrow green, again with bunkers left and right. And you can be bold with that shot too, because the green opens out quite a lot at the back, narrow at the front, wide at the back. Be bold. a fairly short par 3, well bunkered and a large putting surface. With the green sloping sharply from back to front, it's important not to leave the ball above the hole. And if the greenkeeper is teasing you by putting the pin on the right or the left-hand side, you try and hit the ball into the middle of the green, because if you go for the pin, there's a very, very good chance you'll get caught out where the ball gathers into those two bunkers. The 7th hole is a super par 4 which meanders gently from left to right before descending to a large two-tiered green. For any longer hitters who avoid the gorse and the trees, the tricky green and two large bunkers can scupper a par. For the normal golfer, perhaps playing the hole in 3 shots to the green is more realistic and likely to be less fraught. The 8th hole has got an elevated but sheltered tee position, and it can lead to problems with club selection at this deceptive par 3. Get it correct and a par should follow. Misjudge it and 4 bunkers await. The 9th is a tight driving hole with fairway bunkers and trees in play. If the fairway is successfully negotiated, a long narrow green with subtle borrows await. Again, 4 bunkers surround this green to penalise any wayward approach. Most of the problem, as you can see, is at the front with the bunkers. Whilst if you go over the green you go down a bit of a slope, you do want to be a little bit aggressive with the second shot because there's more trouble at the front than the back. The 10th hole is the first of our par 5s. It's a very good birdie opportunity providing you drive that ball on the fairway. The hole moves from right to left, and a well-positioned bunker and trees down the left-hand side often catch what you feel was a good drive. Near the green, bunkers left and mounds to the right can make an approach very tricky. The 11th is a good length par 3, and one in which the green and approach slopes towards the left-hand bunker. A well struck and accurate tee shot is required here and a par is always welcome. This green's got some subtle borrows on it. Take your time reading it, get the right line, knock that ball in the hole. The 12th hole is a clever dogleg right to left, par 4. The longer hitters may drive over the corner and leave only a short approach. Nevertheless, trees left and right will hinder the approach after a miscued tee shot. A safer option would be less club off the tee and leave a longer approach. The green sits at an angle that could prove awkward. The 13th is a really tough par 3 at over 200 yards, but plays downhill. 5 bunkers capture any mishit shot and guard a large green that is over 100 feet from front to back. This hole is possibly the hardest hole on the course so far, so don't be too disappointed if you drop a shot here. The 14th is a short par 4, which is drivable for the long hitters who want to take on the trees on the left. Hitting the fairway leaves only a short iron approach and a good birdie chance. However, watch out for the slope if the pin's on the back. The 15th, it's a sweeping right to left dogleg par 4. Large trees guard the left of the fairway and there are more to the right that catch any sliced tee shots. If the fairway is found, the approach is favourable with a slope gathering most balls and propelling them onto the green. The good news is this is the only hole on the course with no bunkers. The 16th hole is the signature hole on the course. At nearly 400 yards, the last thing you want to do is hit an iron off the tee. Yet for the majority of golfers, a well-struck shot towards the tree, but not too close, at the end of the fairway is what is required. From this tee, the hole descends some 170 more yards to a two-tiered green, surrounded by trees and bunkers. A truly memorable hole, if sometimes not for the right reasons. It has the potential to be a real card wrecker. The 17th hole is 336 yards. It's another super driving hole. The longer hitters may take on the oak on the corner of the dogleg. For the normal golfer avoiding the trees, right and left sets up a challenging approach which is uphill to a viciously sloping green. Try to ensure your ball remains below the hole, because if it gets above the hole, a 3-putt may well be on the cards. The 18th hole is the final hole, and it's a fantastic par 5 to finish. The drive is tough, gorse to the right catching the push tee shot. The hole itself slopes from right to left, so there are occasions when a good drive may end up in the left rough. The approach to the green is all uphill, and a 2-tier green is deceptive, making club selection crucial. More bunkers surround the green, making it a spectacular finish to a deceptively tough course.